I think Houston, we have a problem. This is Bob from Trade Genius. It's the 8th of March, and oil market finally gave way, and this will have repercussions on everything else. I mean, this market has done nothing. It's just been in this crazy zone here since December. Look at this. Even more. How far back do you want to go? You know, and now it's finally selling back down again. We're just washed in oil, and it's just it's big sovereigns that are protecting other interests that are keeping the price up, and then it just at some point it just gets overwhelmed. The algos. I mean, we had over 1 billion contracts net long. If that wasn't a warning flag to get out of the oil market, I don't know what else people can say that you have been warned. And who knows how far this will go. I mean, we just have too much of it, and we're not driving as much around the world. And the U.S. producers are just going absolutely crazy. We'll be energy independent here really fast, and that's just going to screw the pooch on a lot of things. You have to bear in mind, a lot of high yield debt goes to these drillers and around the world, not just in the U.S. A lot of these sovereigns and central banks lend money to the oil markets, and so it's going to put banks at risk too. So it's going to be really interesting to watch. And then you would think that would really start killing the stock market, but man, that thing's still beating to a different drum. Although today, I think there's a little bit of a tremor, in my view, in the market. And if you look, this is on a weekly, we're getting a weekly rollover of money flow, which is pretty incredible. Hasn't happened in a while. Last time we had a nice little sell-off on it. If we can zoom it to the two hourly here, is that we've been just selling down nicely since that hit of the R1 pivot here at 240. We broke the channel. Now we're slowly getting ourselves back into the VWAP zone here. I wonder where that's sitting at here. Not too far away now, and that's the area I'm watching to see if we get a bounce or we just rip right through it. But there's problems coming. Look at this. This is a big deal. This is the high yield corporate bonds. A lot of oil producers on the small side are funded with high yield debt, and a lot of the PEs, the private equities use high yield debt, and when these things start blowing up, this is what happened in 2007, 2008. They pushed this junk, and they pushed oil and commodity markets to the wall, and then real estate was up there with it, and it just imploded in on itself. And so it's just something you have to keep in mind. But what is amazing to me is how broken the VIX market is. Finally got a little bit of a sell-off in XIV, but it was pushing up again. And so there's an algo goes wild here going on right now. And that's scared it here. So we broke the trend line here again, if you could see it right here. And I know this is all blue. You can tell what my favorite color is and it broke back out of that channel. We'll see if we get some legs. If this thing starts to go, then you're going to see some really strong selling in the stock market, because there's that pair trade that's going on that is selling volatility and then using the proceeds to buy the market, or at least signal to the buy programs within these programs to buy when vol falls, and this was a pretty good, nice end of the day move, which we haven't seen too many of, and we'll see if it'll start paying some dividends on the short side. But this market needs to come down, or it's definitely going to crash. It needs to settle. This whole move from the election up, it's just been so incredibly artificial. And reason being is that it's the big money trying to tell the little people how great things are, so they can get out of their positions and hand it to people who can ill afford to lose the money. And that's why I've been screaming since the Trump election that this is artificial. This is artificial. And the thing about it is that money runs scared. So once people start realizing they've been had, they're gonna panic out, or they're gonna get margined out, and it's gonna be a problem. And what's really interesting to me is that the stockbrokers everywhere. I just got a note this morning saying they're reducing my trading fees, and so it's kind of like a dichotomy to me. If retail's in, that means they'd be trading more. Why would they reduce the fees? I think it's not just retail that's bought in this market. I think it's money that came in overseas that got suckered into this market, and they're going to get hammered too. And that's really fast money. So that's fast money in and that's fast money out. So just be really careful out there. I'm not going to go through a million charts here. We bought TWM again today, and that trade is doing really well. And I'm in SWN, and I think that bottom that hit on the 27th is the bottom because UNG is doing fine. And we're going to get ice cold weather here in the Midwest and the East. Everybody thought that this winter was over. This is the thing about global cooling is you get these late spring, early summer cool periods that really screw the crops up. So just watch. UNG could just rocket from here, especially if they start curtailing production because of the some of these guys can't get financing. So anyway, that's why I'm in SWN. I'm in SILJ. I'm way above my stop on this. I'm going to try. Hopefully, I can make it without getting stopped out, because I think this oil thing, if it persists, is going to scare the hell out of the Federal Reserve, because they know exactly what happened last time this happened, and they can ill afford, with all the leverage that's in this market right now, they can ill afford a crash, and it'd be right on her feet because she's the one that's been calling for the interest rate rise. So. Anyway, it's kind of where we are. Just gonna watch. Oh yeah, I want to show you one more thing that was really of interest to me. Here's a little bit of a wedge here in GDX. Watch and see if this thing breaks out. It's not a really big wedge, but it's something of interest. And GDXJ was showing some strength earlier today too. So we'll just see if we start getting a little bit of a bleed over out of the market into precious metals. Anyway, Bob Trade Genius. I'll catch you guys later, and hope you have a good one. Talk to you. Bye.